Welcome back, Pellers. Let's talk about some things that you and I probably don't practice often enough. So it's not uncommon to, get stuck in a rut, do the same thing every week when we go out and pedal. But that also means that there are some essential things, or at least what I think are essential things, that we often forget to practice, I myself included. So here are 5 things that I think most kayakers might not practice enough. Let's start with an obvious one, and the first and last thing you do when you go and pedal. That is getting in and out of your boat. I see a lot of pedalers, myself included, who have a favorite side to get into their boat and get out of their boat. But as we all know, when you go out, somewhere you've never pedaled before, you're not entirely sure that you can put in the way that you always do it. Oftentimes there are difficult situations where you need to put in your boat, like on the river or on the beach, and it's different than the dock you're perhaps used to putting in every single week or every single day even. So it's really important to mix it up. And the funny thing is, it's something that we take for granted, but in my experience, most people fall in while getting in or out of their boat. So why not practice it? Some of the most challenging situations that I have pedaled in myself was during waves, big waves, like waves coming in from the side, and how you handle yourself in that situation, that's very crucial. But oftentimes what I see is we try and avoid waves, unless we're surfing, of course. But when there are high winds and the water is rough, we often don't go out and pedal for obvious reasons, but that means that when we get stuck in bad weather with bad waves, most pedalers feel very, very uncomfortable. And so perhaps instead of avoiding them at all cost, go out in some waves and see how your boat reacts, see how you react, and see how it feels. And of course, do it safely, not when a storm is raging, but when there are perhaps a little smaller waves. And let's not get caught off guard when the waves hit. Hey pedalers, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. I've talked about it on this channel like a lot of times about the fear of flipping over, the fear of cold water, and how to get over it. And one of the things that I always say is practice your wet exits. I see a lot of people who never practice this, and a lot of them are always on edge about flipping or hitting the water and worrying if they could get out of their boat. For me, it's a regular thing. Always when I get a new spray deck, when I get a new pair of pants, new boots, I practice my wet exits just to see how it feels getting out of the boat, knowing that I can get out of the boat, and it helps me build my confidence. So I'm gonna say it again. It's important, people. Practice your wet exits. The forward stroke is, I think, something that we take for granted. Like you step into your boat and you pedal forward. And perhaps when you take a course or a beginner's class, you get sort of an introduction on how to properly do the forward stroke. And when you're surrounded by things, you're in a beautiful area, you're talking with your friends, you're having fun, often the first thing you forget is proper technique. Oftentimes when I'm filming myself, I'm very conscious of it because I want to, of course, set a good example. But then when the camera is off and I start talking, start having fun, start looking around, I noticed after a while that my forward stroke is getting in a slump. And a lot of people never even notice and never even take the time to properly practice their forward stroke. While the forward stroke is one of the most important strokes, of course, there is, because, it's what gets you forward. So I think often when we go out and practice, we do rescues, we do rolls, we do all types of stuff, but not really focus on a good forward stroke. Undoubtedly, every pedaler will benefit from having a better forward stroke. So perhaps next time you go out and pedal, really give it a practice for a couple of miles. And there you have it, pedalers. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I missed anything or if you disagree with me. And if you haven't liked this video already, make sure you click that like button. And while you're at it, why not click that subscribe button and that bell button at the same time. I, for one, can't wait to get in my boat and practice these things. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the water soon. And don't forget to paddle on.